Hello everyone, this is Dr. Beckwith welcoming you to British Literature, Crazy in Love or Just Crazy, from the 1300s to today. Last week I sent out an email that you should have received with a link to my personal website that would let you get to know a little bit about me as a person, because I'm looking forward to getting to know you as a person in our coursework together. At the bottom of that site, you would have found the link to our course website, and when you clicked on it, it would have taken you to our course website. No surprise there. One of the most important tabs on that website is the workflow, where I explain a little bit about how the work in our class is going to be structured, how the university calculates and the expectations for credit hours, and then what we'll be doing in this class this semester. You're going to find the calendar on Moodle, but I'm giving you a sneak peek at it here before you log into Moodle. At the top of the calendar, I've put a week at a glance so that you can see what we'll be doing each week. Now, if we have synchronous meetings on Mondays from 3:30 to 5:17, whether or not we're in a class and we're working together online, we're going to use Mondays to create connections with one another in our learning community through our readings and to better explore British literature and British culture. Tuesdays, you will have group work due. So as a class or in breakout groups, we'll complete projects that question, contextualize, analyze, and even problematize the reading for the week. That is asynchronous work, and it's due on Wednesdays at 8 a.m. I know many of you are night owls, so if I'm not going to be up grading at 3 in the morning, you can be up working at 3 in the morning. Wednesday is a day for optional discussion of our class readings and their context. Thursday, you'll have individual work due, so each week you'll have an individual activity or an essay to complete on the reading for that week. The team building, group work, and discussion should inform your completion of the assignment you'll find on Moodle. Again, that's asynchronous, and it's due on Friday at 8 a.m. So you can work on it all through the middle of the night on Thursday if you're a night owl. And then on Fridays, you'll read for the next week, and you'll further your engagement with your classmates' work. And I put that on Friday so that if you wish to, you could take Saturdays and Sundays off. But as long as you've completed the readings and engaged with everything from the week prior to Sunday at midnight, then you're fine. I don't want you reading the readings just before our discussions of them. So make sure you do plan ahead for that. Now, beneath that week at a glance, you can see the detailed calendar. So I've got the days and the times, and you can see that this week, Thursday through Sunday, is welcome to the class. You're going to read and review the course materials. Classes are beginning. You'll review the Moodle materials, but there is no assigned reading for the weekend or for the following week, September 8th through the 13th. We're not going to be discussing a specific reading. Instead, the following week, which really begins on Tuesday because Monday is Labor Day, we're going to meet the team and get to know our learning community, and we're going to read one another's posts, which come from the 2 introduction activities that you're going to engage with. And I will have those up on Moodle for you to participate in. I've already got the slide deck that I sent out to you last week that you should be completing your slides for. And you're also going to choose a group. Now, next Friday, meaning Friday, September 11th, you will read and screen the lecture cards and videos that you're about to see on Moodle when I flip to the next screen. And then you're going to read the Wife of Bass prologue. And you're going to read what I put up for you on Moodle, because that reading, along with all of the readings in the class, I'm providing PDFs and e-text for you, so you have no book costs for this class. But I have a very specific reading that I want you to perform for the Wife of Bass prologue. Now I'm going to take you to our Moodle website, which is live now when you receive this welcome video. The first thing you'll see underneath the poster for our class is a social forum, which is an open forum for chatting about anything you want to. Now, when I say anything, I don't mean anything about the course. I mean anything you want to talk about with your classmates. We're a learning community, but most of all, we are a community. And we need to have a space where we can talk with one another about things we're watching on Netflix or Hulu, or just how our lives are going. That's the space where we can do that. Announcements, you can see that's actually hidden from students because I've left this in my editing professor version of Moodle. You won't see that when you go there. The reason for that is because announcements is a Moodle forum that is a one-way means of communication, which the fact that it's one way is an oxymoron to then say one-way communication. That isn't communication. So rather than announcements, which you may be familiar with, where the professor can send out an email to you, but you can't reply back on the forum, I created just below it, and my apologies, the screenshot doesn't show it as well as it could, but a FAQs, frequently asked questions forum. That's a forum that I have made to truly be communication. I will be able to send out emails to you, the entire class. You're going to be able to reply back to me on the forum to those emails. You're also going to be able to post to that forum. So it becomes a place where we can actually communicate. Forum for us. Just beneath that, you'll see a link to the Oxford English Dictionary. This is the only dictionary you should be using for your work in this class. And that's because it is, as it says, a definitive record of the English language. And this will become especially important when we're dealing with texts going back to the 1300s, but it's important just for knowledge today. In the Oxford English Dictionary, not only will you get the definition of a word as it is used today in 2020, but you will get the history of that word and how it was used, what it meant at different points in time through history, going back to the first recorded time that it was used. Just beneath that section, you'll see the course materials. There is a syllabus for you to download. Now, this syllabus, I just want to warn everybody, it contains a lot of information because it is ADA compliant, and there's other information that the university requires be disseminated to all students. So it is an incredibly long syllabus, but that is not all specific to our course together. It contains a lot of helpful information, but it is not everything that you will have to do during this semester. Beneath that, you'll see the calendar, which I already gave you a little preview of in the previous slide that we had. And you'll be able to download it there or access it at any point in time you'd like. Underneath that section, you'll see lectures. And now I've done lectures in two different ways. I've done a static lecture so that it is a what I call sort of a note card or a card that goes through what is a theme and gives you a definition and an explanation of what a theme is, and that's a narrative term. You're going to be using all of these lectures, the narrative terms that they cover, throughout the course. So you should watch these during the first week of class or next week before you have any reading, because you'll want to have looked at all of these, and I said watched, and you'll understand why in a second. You'll want to have looked at all of these, and you'll want to know these terms and have them in the back of your head as you're reading every reading for our class. These cards and the lectures you're about to see in a second, which are video, will always be up for you to reference. So you do not need to take notes on them unless you want to, and you don't need to memorize them. Here you can see the video lectures, which are on the same narrative terms that are on those cards that I just showed you, but these are now in a video sequence, and there are also some slightly different explanations that you might find add to the card and your understanding of the term. So these can just augment your knowledge. One thing I want to point out about these lectures is that unlike this welcome video, which is going to be long and has me narrating, these are actually very short videos. And the reason for that is because they're text, which means that once you've downloaded the video or as you're watching it, you can pause it or you can play it at any speed you wish. But many students, many people today do not have stable, reliable access to broadband or Wi-Fi. And I don't want your data to be used up trying to download long lectures where I'm simply reading things or speaking when you can be pausing them or speeding them up later on as you wish, or I'm sorry, I should say slowing them down as you wish after you've downloaded them. Now, if you are at home and you have good internet connection and it's not using your data, you can view these right on YouTube, which is where they're located. Our first reading for the class is going to be Geoffrey Chaucer's The Wife of Bath from the Canterbury Tales. And this is just our preview picture. Now, beneath this preview picture in the section, when I've filled out and made the rest of the weeks visible for the class, you will see the assignments beneath it. But for right now, I want you focusing on the course materials. Next week, I'm going to have up the engagement and getting to know one another activities that we'll do, so you can focus on that. And then you will be able to see the assignments here on Moodle, which is where you're going to be uploading them. In this class, though, because of its unique nature, we're not only going to be traveling to Bath, but we're going to be traveling around England. So this is a different view of Bath, and we'll be talking about what these places in England mean now, today, historically, etc. And you're going to have the opportunity through our activities to actually make virtual visits to England as we're studying British literature, so you can put yourself right in the place of the characters and the authors who created those characters. And the last thing I want to say in this brief overview of our course is we're going to have fun. If you don't recognize this quote, is this a dagger which I see before me? It's from Macbeth, one of our readings. You will recognize that this is a kitten looking very cute. So memes are up, memes are on the table for this class, for our semester, for our coursework, our learning community. We're going to have fun with the material, and we're going to get to know one another. And I'm very much looking to get that started as you begin your introduction assignments and activities for the coming week. Take care, everybody. Have a great night.